What is up? What is happening? Welcome back to another episode of Now It's Debatable. I want to tell you right now, Deon and I have never been more evenly matched in our entire history of brotherhood because we both are sick at the same time. So I'm coming through. I'm a little weak. Oh no, he's a little weaker than me because he's over there drinking White Claws. So yeah, I got up. I'm up on him. He over here putting alcohol in his body,
I'm trying to give you a fair shot tonight, brother.
mixing it with meds. Oh yeah, I'm about to KO this dude. He's like Mike Tyson punch out. Welcome back to another Not As Debater episode. We both are a little under the weather, but we did not want to let another week go past without being with you guys. What's up, Alan? Alan, you ain't been on in a minute, man. What's good, bro? We got a fun show lined up. We're going to talk about today top five movie, or I should say, our top five favorite movie quotes. He's got five, I've got five. We want to hear your five. We want to make the show a little fun, a little light. Want to give some folks some time to jump in and check us out. So before we get in it, how you doing on your end, brother? You good over there? You got everything situated?
I am posted on my page and in the group, so there's multiple ways for you guys to check out this episode. We always go live every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. You can watch through Sidney's page. You can join the Now That's Debatable podcast group, where you can
Absolutely.
watch it in the group and interact with all of our fabulous master debaters, or you can check it out on my page. And when our brother who's not here, Warren B. Hall, you can check it out on his page when he's on the show. He's out to sea right now doing his thing, so shout out to him.
Rowing,
But man,
rowing the boat.
man, I'm telling you, I have had a sinus headache for the past 3 days, bro. It has been killing me. I've had 2 nosebleeds today. It's just I've tried all the medicine. People stop suggesting medication. I tried it. Okay, nothing has worked. So people, have you tried blowing your nose? Have you tried breathing? Yes, I've tried it all.
Have you
I
tried
got.
breathing?
It's like, man, it's like, no, I never thought of the medicine we've been using for our entire lives. No, I didn't. I didn't think to take that. Um, I've tried honey. I've tried tea. I've tried freaking that steam shit. Nothing works. It's just I gotta.
I'm almost all out of honey.
It's like, man, it's just one of those things where you get sick, you take some medication that makes you feel a little bit better, but you still have it in you, and you just gotta wait it out. You know, I think you can hear it just a little bit,
A little
but
bit. But I think I'm worse.
yeah,
I think I'm getting worse as you're
yeah,
getting better.
yeah. I had it before you.
You did. You did.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting worse and you're getting better. I do want to tell the people here, want to make sure for those of you who've never watched the show before, we love for you guys to participate in the show. Again, if you're just jumping on, we're going to be sharing our individual list of top five movie quotes, favorite movie quotes of all time. Super hard to put this list together. Dion and I were chatting about it before the show. I do want to give some shout outs to some folks. Alan is in with us. He said work's been crazy. Alan, I love to hear that. I love to hear people out there grinding and making money, man. So happy that you could jump in with us tonight, but keep doing what you're doing, brother. Mary Ballard, one of our faves, is with us. She says, hi, guys. What's up, Mary?
What's up, Mary?
Larry's with us. He says, hello, everyone. Hope you had a great weekend. Larry, not too bad. My Niners won, so I feel good, man. We're gonna beat that ass next week on those Eagles. So I'm feeling good.
Larry had a good weekend. He won some bets. He barely lost one that he should have won if the Niners hadn't choked away some points at the end. But yeah, shout out to you, Larry. I should have told you because I told him. I said, "No, nah, don't cash out. The Niners are cover, and they didn't cover. So I feel bad for that. But I ain't giving you the makeup money. So there's that."
Mary says, have you tried tea with honey? With a laughing emoji. Yes, Mary. Yes, I'm almost all out of honey. The wife is out of town visiting her mom, so I'm probably going to have to head out to the store and pick up some more after the show here so I can get through the night. Alan says, I use Kangen water. Kangen water? I
Never heard of it.
never heard of it either. Alan, let us know what is that there that you're using. Nancy is with us. What's up, Nancy? How you doing? Long time. Nancy is a longtime friend who moved away a long time ago. Used to come out and support the shows like crazy, and then she moved away from Arizona because life happens, and have not seen her in a long time. So thank you for being on with us. We appreciate you. She says, I'm Amadio Ranch, honey, Sydney. Okay, all right. I'm going to look for it. All right. Thank you guys again for joining us. We appreciate you. As Deon would say, I'm gonna beat him to it this time. Make sure you're clicking those emojis. Let us know how you're feeling. Give us your comments. Share along with us. The show only works because you guys help make it work. Also, don't be afraid to click that share button. Share button. Share button. Share button. Please, please, please. I cannot ask you enough for that. Michelle Nagata's in with us. What's up, Michelle? Alan says Japanese water that helps when I've had one congestion, cold pain overall has helped with all of it. All right, Alan, good looking, good looking. I'll see if I can pick that up tonight or maybe tomorrow. Nancy says miss you too. And then Chris Wilson, what's good? Chris Wilson said, what's good, Deon?
What up, Chris? Thanks for joining the show. She's a fan from the Pat Down, so
Okay,
thanks
all right.
for joining us here.
Well, you know Chris has got to get one of these because she just joined the show. Now, even though we're sick, just want to let you guys who are longtime viewers know, if you're watching and maybe you're not participating in the comments yet, Dion and I had a great meeting over the weekend. We got some good stuff we're lining up for you loyal folks of ours. One of the things we're going to want to do real soon is we're going to give out some prizes for the best comments at the end of each show. By the time we get to the end of each show, who's ever still on the wall, if you've never watched the show before, watch it tonight. You will see how it works. Person who is the last person to get their comment in and on the wall before we leave is the winner of the night. Now, I know it's going to be tough because I know some of you think I just only put comments up that are slanted towards positivity for me. All right, it may seem that way, and who
Who
knows?
you who you gonna believe, me or your lying eyes?
Is that one of your quotes? But we got some good things lined up for you guys for 2023, man. It was a great meeting, and we love you guys so much. And we just wanted to do something where we put our heads together, figure out how do we do a better job trying to bring this forum to you. And I think we come up with some good things. So we'll be sharing that with you guys going forward. I don't think we're going to get too much into it right now because I think we're both near death. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into the show. Don't forget, guys, you can share your thoughts with us, and don't forget to click that share button. Dion, in no particular order, I don't think we're going in. So,
Right,
right,
correct.
what is your first? And folks, not only do we have to give our favorite quotes, each one we have to tell why. And so we're going to ask the same of you. So, Dion, what is your first one, sir?
So my first one comes from 1996. Uh,
Through the year out there, shit, I ain't even know years now.
1996, the movie's Independence Day, right?
Ah, which one is it?
It's the speech from the president. We will not go quietly into the night. We will not give up without a fight. That whole entire speech, oh man, I watch Independence Day every year on the 4th of July. It brings back good childhood memories for me and my parents. My whole family, we would watch it and barbecue and whatnot. But that whole speech still gives me goosebumps to this day. I love that speech. I think that speech embodies what America wants to be and how we need to be united and
This
fight for one cause.
motherfucker.
And it's only real in the movies. So
Always finds a way to slight my country. You always find a way.
it's my country too, motherfucker.
All right, you rat bastard. All right. You know what? That's a good one because though I don't watch it like you watch Independence Day, it is one of those movies that took me back to, and I don't know when the last time you've been in a movie theater since the pandemic. Tamara and I have been going. We've been to a few of them since.
I
Going
saw the new Black Panther in theaters.
and
So
I don't know what they're doing there, but here they took advantage of not having one in the theaters and went in and did a complete remodel. And now they've widened the aisles. They have the recliners and the whole deal. So it's even nicer now to go. But I remember way back when we were younger, to go see a movie when it first came out, like Independence Day, the theater was packed. That is one of the best things. And I'm not a person who feels like he needs to be around people, but going to the movies when I was growing up and in my teen years and so on and so forth, that was the best thing, was to go see a new hot movie opening weekend and got to just enjoy it with everyone. And Independence Day, you took me back to being in Hawaii actually, and sitting in a movie theater packed full of people watching Will Smith, that asshole, do his thing up on that screen. Yeah, yeah. So that's a good one. That's a good one. Let's see. Alan Lund says, "Message me if you can't find it. Will do, Alan. Appreciate you." He said, "The threat of the theaters that I go to have heated seats recline." Wow, yeah, we don't have any heated seats. Well, it is Arizona here, so that's why. But that's
Yeah,
pretty
we
cool.
don't have heated seats here either, but
Alan, you must be doing really well, brother. You got well,
what state are you in, Alan, that they got heated seats at the movie theater?
he
You must
also,
be it's got to be a northern state.
what do they call the little things that they have over in Europe more often than not when you go? It cleans your asshole when you when you go.
Bidet.
Yeah, so his theater's got a bidet. All kind of shit going on. All right, my first quote is going to be, and it's weird because it's from a movie I don't necessarily love, but I love this quote because you could say it so many different ways, and I've heard people use it all the time. He's in Washington, Deon. Um, Nobody puts baby in the corner. From
Love
Dirty
that movie.
Dancing.
Hmm.
I can't stand that movie.
I love that movie.
But I love that quote because it just fits, man. And you can put anybody's name in it. You can be drunk. You can be whatever. You just throw it in, and everybody knows it. No one just looks at you like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yes, sir.
It's one of those easy ones.
Iconic.
Absolutely, absolutely. Great
Very
way to put it.
iconic. Yeah.
Absolutely. Nobody puts baby in a corner. You can change your voice. You can do whatever you want with it. It's a good one. All right, Dad. What's your next one?
My next one, see, it's a very short quote, but Eddie Murphy killed it. It's from the movie Life. It's the upper room
I
when Jesus.
That's the, I didn't think that was gonna be the one you would pull from life. There's so many good ones like that. I'm that baby's pappy.
That's why I was saying earlier before we got on. I was like, man, this movie's got so many quotes that I use in my everyday life. But the upper room's probably, dude. I cannot tell you how many times I'll be like, "You about to see the upper room?"
You're the
Every
only
time I
person I
hear.
hear. You're the only person I know who uses it.
Oh no, I say it all the time.
Oh,
I'm about to send this mother to the upper room. We on deck.
and, and you know what's good about that one is that's such a Dion thing because you know you like no quotes and you drop don't ask you to do an impression. I just can't do it on the spot, but shit would just roll out of you, and you always have these little things that you remember, these little things that you'll do, like everyone else would do. You gonna eat your cornbread. You know, those are the ones that everybody else would do, but only you would say the upper room.
I'm
Only
telling you,
you.
it was between that and Martin Lawrence going, "Hey, ain't nobody trying to hear that, man."
Well, now you know what? That's a good one. And the first thing I thought about is not on my list, so I don't mind saying it. Hopefully, it's not on yours. Ain't nobody come here to see you,
So
Otis.
you Otis, yeah.
Which is a different movie, but all right.
To
Well,
me, that whole scene, that whole scene was just picturesque of just top flight Eddie Murphy,
yeah,
just not just straight out of nowhere with just boom, because at that point in the movie, you thinking this is damn near over, all the comedy's been done, and then
yep.
the upper room.
Well, you know what I like about that movie, and I know, folks, the show is called Now That's Debatable. We haven't debated one thing yet. One of these quotes, but they got good quotes here. They're funny. Uh, is that one scene where they're both standing on the bottles? And I think it's Martin that says, "Oh damn, think my," or no, it's Eddie who says, "Damn, but think my baby toe slipped into the bottle." And you can just see him trying to hold on and stay in character. I love that's probably my favorite scene, one from the movie. All right, excuse me, folks. Here, my next one is going to be, man, I think I got some good ones here, sir. But it's originally from a TV show, so I know. But they did make a bunch of fucking movies from it, so I felt like I could sneak this one in. And it is Captain. That's illogical from
Star
Star
Trek.
Trek. Yep. my My mother was this close. She was one convention away from being a full-blown Trekkie. So we had to watch a lot of Star Trek growing up as a child. And if you grow up with a parent, I don't care if you're black, white, I don't care what your ethnicity is. Slim is on with us. He said, "What up, Doe? What up, Doe? Slim." Uh, if you grow up with a mother and there's only one TV that could be watched,
Hmm.
they dominating the TV. So whatever it is that they want to watch all the time, you better figure out some way to enjoy it. And Spock was my guy, and so that's what I enjoyed about Star Trek when I was growing up as a kid. Until I got my own TV in my own room and I had to be bothered with that shit. Was Spock, and I remember because I was kind of a brainy kid, and so he just kind of appealed to me easy, really easy, automatically for me. So yes, and I would use that one in everyday life with like my knucklehead cousins or whatnot who say stupid shit. That was always a nice sly way for me to tell them, you're an idiot. So I always loved that one.
I think I've only seen one Star Trek movie from the Next Generation.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was the one with the Borg. There was a lot of Borg going on, but I caught it in the middle, so I don't remember what it was called. But I was like, damn, I missed this show. I really love the cast of Star Trek: The Next Generation, like LeVar Burton and what's the guy who played Riker's name?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I, because it always came on at like 11 o'clock, like when you're supposed to be asleep. It's like it would come on right after the news, and it's like that's definitely time for bed.
The only thing I liked about Star Trek: The Generation was the one officer, female officer, who had the big boobs. That's the only thing I liked about Star Trek: The Next
Leave it
Generation.
to you. Leave
Hey,
it to you.
I had to find the one character on the show that appealed to me. And by the time they dropped Star Trek: The Generation, I was heavily into women. And so that's what I had to find. Alan says the new Star Trek movies are a lot better, and they did Spock really well. I don't know. I like the old Spock, that Leonard Nimoy. I like him better, Alan. But I'm one of those cats. I
Zachary
remember.
Quinto's pretty good. I think I did see one of the first one, the newest,
Yeah,
like the
yeah, yeah.
remake. Yeah, I did see that one. I like that movie.
Okay, all right. Larry's dropped this. Larry's the first master debater who give us one of his favorite quotes. He said, "Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer." Very good quote, Larry, and I don't think that one needs any explanation at all.
What movie is that from?
Godfather,
The first one?
second one, I believe second
Is
one. Isn't
that?
that from the second one, Larry? Chris Wilson says Whoopi Goldberg was great, and Whoopi was in. Yes, Whoopi was in one of the stars. Was she in the next
Oh
generation,
yeah, she
Chris?
was in the Next
Like
Generation.
the bar,
Yeah,
like
I
she was the
forgot all about.
bartender, the bar owner, or
Yeah,
something in there. Yeah.
I forgot all about that.
Oh my
Good.
God, I'm one convention away from being a fucking Trekkie. Thanks,
you,
thanks for that,
you know all
Chris.
about it.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't need
Give
to.
you some thumbs up on that one, Chris.
I did not need to realize that about myself. All right,
See, Larry
second one,
says it's the second one.
second
See, I've
Godfather.
only seen the second one maybe two or three times. I watched the first one a bunch of times, which is probably why I didn't remember
I like the
that.
second one more than the first one, though, and I love the first one, but I love the second one even more. And the third one was just an obvious cash grab for everybody involved.
They did a what was on HBO Max, I think, where the offer where they talk about
Yeah,
making the
yep,
yeah,
yeah.
and that made me like go back and rewatch the series
I think the
that
only
because that
thing
show was done real well.
I think the only thing that came out of Godfather 3 was what's the line from Pacino? Every time I think I'm out, they pull me back
I
in.
mean, back in,
That's the
yeah.
only thing that came out of that movie.
I don't even think I've seen the third one.
Oh, I have one
I
time.
don't. I definitely don't remember anything from it.
Mary Ballard says, "Sit your $5 ass down before I make change." Mary, you're the first one to make it to the wall.
Was that New Jack City?
That was New Jack
Yeah.
City. That was New Jack City. After he stabs old boy in the hand with the knife. Oh man, yeah. Sit your
I wouldn't
$5
expect.
ass.
I wouldn't expect Mary Ballard to be quoting that movie all the time.
Hey, I gotta check.
So shout out. So shout out to you, Mary.
I would not be surprised to run up on Mary at the mall and hear her telling somebody.
Uh-oh. You done killed my boy now. He
Oh,
going to the upper
the
room.
room. Hey guys, again, we're not the greatest, but we're glad that you guys are with us. Go ahead and keep on sharing with us. Go ahead and keep on clicking those emojis as well. Mary says she loves that movie, and drugs ain't a black thing or a white thing; it's a deaf thing. Don't give a shit about color. Mary, you going deep into cuts. This is back when Ice-T really couldn't act. All right, Deon, what's the next one, bro?
All right. So this comes from Rush Hour, the first movie. And this is right after the old British dude falls that long fall, and Chris Tucker goes, "Woo! You know he did."
Why that
I,
one?
I say that shit every time after somebody do something stupid, they ruin their career or they take a bad hit. Like, "Woo! You know he did."
That is another. That's another line I would not have remembered.
I tell you, that shit cracks me up every single. Woo! You know he because it's just it's such a dry delivery. You know, and he been clowning the whole fucking movie. Yeah, I say that shit all the time. Woo, you know he did.
You know, nothing funnier. Chris Tucker's never been funnier than he was in Friday, and then Rush Hour. I mean,
Yeah.
he had some other good stuff he did too. He did that movie with Charlie Sheen, which I thought was pretty
Money
funny.
Talks is
Yeah,
that's got a
yeah,
lot of good ones in it
yeah.
too.
Um,
Victimo.
but is that the one he said? Same time, man. I don't know you. Yeah, those are good ones. All right, my next one. You know what? Just to keep it all Chris Tucker. Damn. I love that. I love that. Again, for me, uh, that is one of those things that I remember when Friday came out at the movie theater. Me and my boys, we went and saw the movie 5 weekends in a row. We went and saw that movie. We saw that, and we saw. There's a couple movies that we saw that year, weekend after weekend after weekend. Friday was one. Tales from the Hood was another one. That one dropped.
Jesus.
and and thin line between love and hate. I took more different girls to see that movie.
You were just gonna find your killer, wasn't you?
I I was too young to understand. I might have been giving these chicks some ideas. But
Especially if they found out they was a third. This is your third time seeing it.
that was when I had my red granddam blacked out tinted. Boy, I thought I was a pimp, son.
You'd have seen me be like, "Woo, you know he did."
I dated I dated this one girl and she had we dated for a while. I remember one time I got in the car and I looked at my back seats and she had put like stuffed animals and buckled them in the back seat. And I was like, what is that? She's like, oh, those are just our future kids. So it was I wasn't smart enough to get the hell out of that right away. I
Man,
just oh, all right.
I'm about to kill you and these crazy ass kids.
Yeah, man. When I had that cherry red granddad with the limo tent, you couldn't tell me nothing.
I always picture you to be a Pontiac man. I'm so jealous. I wanted a Grand Am so bad, but by the time I had enough money, they quit making them. I just knew for a fact I was gonna get me a Grand Prix one day.
you you knew they stopped making them as soon as they knew. Sir, Deion Curry's got no money to buy one. Stop all productions.
I said, "Ain't that about a bitch?"
Retool all of our lines. He was.
I wanted a Thunderbird
Oh,
and a Grand Prix. Those are my dream cars.
I see all the hearts and the laughing emojis. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. I love you guys, man. Oh my goodness. Yeah, man. You couldn't tell me nothing, boy, with that Grand Dam. I remember one time we was just out bumping. That was back when the Dog Pound dropped their first and only CD. We had that bumping. Put up next to these old white people in Tucson. they,
So my older brother went to this Christian high school, right? And my oldest brother had a Pontiac Grand Am. He tricked that motherfucker out. He had it painted candy paint silver. He had the windows tinted black. He put the sound system in it. And we used to ride up to freaking Frankfurt, Indiana to go watch my brother play basketball. And you couldn't tell us we wasn't the most gangsterest niggas in the world riding in his Pontiac. But man, we used to be in the back seat of that motherfucker and he would turn the heat on, nigga. We'd be sweating our asses off in the back. And we'd be like, yo, bro, can you turn the heat down? And he'd be like, you know what? It's my car. When you get your car.
It sounds like somebody's daddy.
We used to be dying in the backseat, bro. This shit used to be so hot.
Wait a minute.
We taking our coats off in the wintertime because the heat was killer in his car.
Chelsea is with us. She says hearts are for Deon, and so she keeps hitting that heart button.
Well, thank you, Chelsea.
Keep them coming. Keep coming, girl. Hey, yeah.
Appreciate it.
Get yourself carpal tunnel, whatever's gonna happen to you. Go ahead, hit that share button too, Chelsea. I remember my best friend in high school. His brother would come up to visit, and one time he came up with one of his homeboys. His homeboy drove, and he had this car. It had holes in the floorboards of the car, and it had rained all day, and so we just my boy.
Why does every black person have this story?
And they were white, and so it was raining. It rained all day. It's rained all night. Fucking water's coming up to the floorboards. Shoes are getting soaked. The damn defrost didn't work, so we had to keep the windows somewhat rolled down so the windows wouldn't fog up. Then the wipers stopped working, and I remember my boy's brother just hanging out, trying to clean the windows while we're driving down the road. This was the most ghetto thing, and the only thing I took from it was, well, at least they're not black.
Oh man, that reminds me of the first car I ever bought, man.
Thank you, Chelsea.
It was an '89 Chevy Blazer, man, and I was driving down to Bloomington to see my cousin. She went to IU, and I was going down there to hang out with her. And on my way back home, it was raining, and I go to hit the wiper button, and the stick broke off in my hand.
Oh,
And so I'm like, God, this car is a piece of shit. Like, I had to go get Rain-X and spray the Rain-X and just hope that it didn't rain. But that was the summer of nothing but rain. That's all it is. Like, every time I wanted to go somewhere, it would rain.
you were supposed to be driving.
You a raggedy motherfucker. We got to check the weather report to go get gas.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Chelsea says she shared the show. Thank you very much. My boy Royce Bellamy is on. What up, Joe? He makes it to the wall. He said middle fingers from the heart. So Royce, you asshole. But I'll just move to this. She shared it. Kathleen Cairns with us. She says, hey, everyone, miss you all. Miss you too, Kathleen.
What's up, Kathleen?
Glad you could jump in with us. Kathleen, Royce, Chelsea, you guys are just jumping in. Topic tonight, top 5 favorite movie quotes. Deon and I are on number. You just gave your third one, right?
Yes.
Right. So Deon just gave his third one. I'm going to give my third one right now. Please share. If you have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, let us know what they are. Thank you again. Oh, no, I just shared my third one, too. So far, I've got Damn for Friday. Nobody puts Baby in a corner from Dirty Dancing. And Captain, that's illogical from Star Trek. What were your 3? Just to catch people up.
So my first one was the speech from Independence Day. We will not go quietly into the night. My second one was the upper room from the movie Life. And my third one was Rush Hour when the old man falls into the waterfall and Chris Tucker goes, woo, you know he did.
Oh, okay. We got a couple good ones coming in. Mary Ballard says, don't torture yourself, Gomez. That's my job. Adam's family. Okay. All right. Well done. And then here's a good one. Charles, old Slim here says, I'm your Huckleberry. One of my favorite movies all time. You just knocked Royce off the wall, Slim.
What was the original movie that was in? Because I feel like that's been in a bunch of movies.
Tombstone. That's the first thing and the only thing I know that it was in was Tombstone. Oh, Talia Jones, what's going on, girl? Face from
I
the
thought
past.
wasn't that in Police Academy?
I don't recall.
Didn't they
No,
say that to Huckleberry?
there was
A Huckleberry in Police
character, yeah,
Academy.
Huckleberry.
And I feel like they said that line to him in one of the 18 Police Academies that there were.
I don't
I could
remember
be
that.
wrong, but
Kathleen K says, "Did we just become best friends?" Kathleen, what are you talking about? Who you talking to? Was it one of us? I thought we were.
that's a quote
Is that a
from a
quote?
movie.
What movie?
Yes, but I don't know what movie it's from, but I know it's a quote because I've heard it before.
Chelsea says, "You ain't no kind of man if you ain't got land." Delmer O'Donnell, oh brother, where art thou?
I ain't
Yes,
never even heard of that
yeah,
movie.
yeah. That's a George Clooney flick. I forget. I think that might be made by the same cats who did Mother's Day, who did something about Mary and some of those other
Okay,
those two brothers. I can't think of their name right now. All right.
you you just made me think of a very funny quote. It's not on my list, but it's an honorable mention. So I'll save that for later.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, what's your next one? Because I think we both got three in. So what's your fourth one?
Excuse me. This one comes from Jurassic Park. My man Jeff Goldblum, uh, where he's in the back of the Jeep, and the T Rex is chasing him. He's like, "We must go faster. We must go faster. We must go."
Yes. I haven't seen Jurassic Park in forever.
I watch that movie every time I see it on Netflix. I'm like, "Ooh, I gotta watch it at least one time." I love Jurassic, the first one. I just watched the last Jurassic Park, like that's got all of them in there with the new cast and the old
Yeah.
cast, and just talk about a cash grab. Jesus fucking Christ, what a terrible movie! But
I remember Mr. Young, my biology teacher, he made us all read that book, and then he took us to see the movie as a class trip. I remember that. Couple cool class trips for some good movies. That one, I had a history teacher, and man, I wish I could remember his name. Might have been Mr. Young as well. But anyway, he took us to see Glory when that dropped.
oh, I remember. Oh, fucking Morgan Freeman has the greatest tell off of Denzel Washington ever in that movie. He's gonna be some swamp runner nigga.
I told you the shit you forget versus the shit that you remember is
I'm I'm telling you, man.
like the Grand Canyon is between these two lists of things.
Fucking Morgan Freeman goes so hard on Denzel in that movie
That was
because
the
he was making fun of the guy named Robert in the movie. It's
yep, yeah,
like,
yep. There's two people who no one can cry like. One is Viola Davis.
hmm
That's the only person for me, folks. Now, if you know an actor or an actress who can, name them for me. But nobody cries like Viola Davis. Like the woman makes snot bubbles come out of her own nose when she's
hmm
crying. And then there's Denzel with that one tear,
That one tear, man.
and it's always one tear.
When he's
Yeah,
getting whipped,
yes,
and
one
then
tear. All right,
shoes, boss. You need shoes.
all right. I mean, here's my next one. Uh, so I don't think I can even do this. I couldn't do this justice even if I wasn't sick, but I'm gonna try to. They call me Mr. Tibbs. Whoa,
I don't.
how
I know. I just because it Billy Crystal ruined that for me in Lion King.
what? How?
When because they call me Mr.
Oh,
Tibbs. It's like
oh
that
yes.
was the first time I saw the reference, and then I saw the movie, and I was like, yeah, he ruined that. He
Yeah.
fucked that up. I see why it was popular, but I heard Billy Crystal, so it was just like anticlimactic.
Well, I was always a huge fan, and I'm gonna tell you what I did. I went back like up 2 months ago, and I just sat down and I watched a bunch of what's up, Elsie? I watched a bunch of Sidney Poitier movies, and you know, there's you know his Here's the crazy thing. When I talk to women and they say, "What's your name?" I say Sidney, and I say, like Sidney Poitier. I don't care how old to how young this woman is. They're like, "Ooh," it's like I don't care if they're black, white, Mexican. I don't care. You say Sidney Poitier, that dude brings something in any woman's loins.
Dude, one of my favorite scenes of all time is in Raisin in the Sun. He's like, Willie, I need my money, Willie.
He is so
Willie.
and and when you see him uh in the heat of the night, part of you thinks
Hmm.
at first they probably gonna lynch this poor black dude
Well,
down here in
yeah.
the
The
south.
nigga was asking for death, boy.
But when you watch the movie, you're like, you know what? I think his confidence is what got him through.
He just knew y'all. He was like, y'all, none of y'all fucking with me.
It is something about Sidney Poitier, and my favorite thing is when he slaps that rich white dude in the
Oh
movie.
man. It
And
was reflex too.
yeah,
It was like, bat.
look, man, it's just something. It's something about Sidney Poitier. Period. And it's not. I'm not breaking new ground here. Obviously, the man is a national treasure by people of all backgrounds. And what Sidney Poitier, and this is another thing I've always loved about him, because I don't know if you and I had this conversation, but I say, looking over the history of this country, there's certain people who've been able to, in entertainment, who've been able to pass. Lena Horne, way back in her day, because she was so beautiful and so fair skinned. You know, I think at certain times she was able to pass because she's not one of us, but she looks like one of us, so she's okay. I'd
Hmm.
say the same thing with Halle Berry to a certain extent. I say the same thing with Beyonce as well. I think there's a certain thing of why you put her up front, why her career is being able to go. Not to say she's not talented, but there is a thing such as you look like you could be, you look like you could belong over here, so you're going to get a pass from this side of the world, if that makes any sense. And I think when you talk about one of the great things about Sidney Poitier, he was not fair skinned, but the way he portrayed himself, the way he spoke, the
Yeah.
characters that he chose to play, he lent himself. Uh, he allowed people of all backgrounds to love him and to enjoy and appreciate his work, and just a master at that. I don't know if it was done intentionally for that, or if that had anything to do with it, or if he just decided I'm not going to play those type of roles that allow you to see me in a lesser light. I got a little wordy, a little verbose there, but fuck you,
What the
dog.
hell is a Renee Zellweger?
What?
Everybody listen to you talk about Sidney Poitier, like, the fuck is Sidney talking about?
They know what I'm talking. You guys, I hope they know what I'm talking about anyway. Um, let's see here. We get back to some of these. Elsie's with us. Elsie says, "Sup, y'all? What's good?" For people who are just jumping in, but what did we say at the end of the? We said in the end of the month, or what did we say about the wall, the prize? I'm sorry, I'm
Yeah,
butchering.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It'll be the end of the month.
Okay, whoever wins the most times within the month, then
Hmm.
right. All right.
Yes.
All right. You know what? I'm not going to say it. I can't remember what the hell we even came up with. All right. Michelle Nagata gave up something here. Let me go back here. And Royce, here after I scrolled down, says, yes, they serve to die, and I hope they burn in hell. Sam Jackson.
One of the classic lines in cinema.
Royce, you're back on the wall. You just bumped Slim off the wall. This is a back and forth between Slim. I want to see if someone else can jump in. Michelle Nagata says, is that from Step Brothers? Okay.
This
And
one from Step Brothers. I'm assuming there was another line.
yeah, there's something else. I thought somebody said yes. Oh, Kathleen Kane. Okay, so
Oh, okay, yeah,
Kathleen's
yeah,
So
yeah.
Kathleen's quote. All right, thank you, Michelle. Appreciate you. All right, yep, we did that one already, Royce. Anybody come to see Otis? That's a good one. Kathleen K says that the powerful play goes on, and you may contribute a verse. Dead Poet Society. One of my favorite films, Royce. She just knocked you off. Just knocked you off. That's such a good movie. So many good ones in there. And Charles says, "Fuck the cup, pour it in my hands." And
I'm
just
gonna
like,
get you, sucker, baby.
yeah, and just like that, Slim knocks Kathleen K off the wall.
He said, "My cups cost more than 15 cents. Come on, brother. Come on, brother."
How much for
Fucking
just one rib?
one. He said, "One order ribs." Coming right up. No, no, no. One rib. I sure am hungry. He said, "One rib. One rib." He's like, "What else can I get you? What kind of drinks you got? What kind of sodas you got?" He said, "How much is soda?" $1. $1. Come on, brother, man. Come on, brother, man.
Oh, Mary
My,
Ballas.
Isaac Hayes said, "My cups cost more than 15 cents."
Mary Ballas says, "Sidney, yes, my mom's favorite actor," referring to Sidney Poitier. Chelsea says, "Hate is baggage. Life is short to be pissed. It's too short to be pissed off all the time. It's just not worth it." American History X. Chelsea, I can't speak on that because I refuse to see that movie. And I refuse to see that movie for one reason only. Because someone told me about the scene where they make my man bite the curb. And so I won't see that movie for that reason because I just won't see
Yeah,
it.
that was gruesome.
All right.
Hold
LC,
on, there's some more.
go ahead. Yeah, Sam.
No, go ahead, go
No,
ahead,
no,
go
no.
ahead,
You go
go
ahead and
ahead.
read them off. Go ahead. Take a
Well,
shot.
because I don't know if I'm seeing the same thing as you are, but Elsie says, "Say hello to my little friend,"
Yep.
which is from Scarface.
Yep.
Um, great quote, classic line. Alan Lawson says, "I'm leaving soon, and you will forgive me if I speak bluntly. The day the Earth stood still, 1951." The fact that you've seen that version of the movie, Alan Lawson, you get a cheers from me
I think we need to put
because,
them on the wall for that. What you say?
yeah,
Yeah.
holy shit. Anybody who's watching movies from the 1950s uh, is white. So,
What?
what's next? Alfred Hitchcock and birds? What are we doing here?
Oh,
Shout out to you, Alan, because I have
he
never seen that version of that movie.
Alice on the
But it make
wall.
yeah. Um, Mary asked if you were named after Sidney Poitier.
No, my name is from my grandmother on my sperm donor side, and so that's where the name originates from. And so
So there,
so actually, Mary, to share, I have my sperm donor's name is Sidney, and I have two older brothers named Sidney as well. So
Michelle Nagata says that reminds me. I think one of my favorite quotes is from this Spinal Tap, and Billy Crystal was the head mime caterer, and he says, "Come on, mime is money." I've never seen that
I
movie,
didn't see
so
that one either. Okay, all right.
is this Spinal Tap a band?
It's like I thought it was a band, but they made a movie. If Michelle can correct me or
Okay.
tell me if I'm right or wrong there.
Because I remember The Simpsons doing an episode with Spinal Tap in it, and that's how I came to know about them. Mary Ballard says, "You severely underestimate my apathy."
Which is a good line. I like that line just in
What
general.
what movie is that
I
from?
don't. But just in line, but just in general, I like that line.
Slim says, "Motherfucker, can you buy that?"
What is that from?
Good question.
What's
I
that
feel
from?
like I should know.
Yeah, me too. All right.
Uh, Kathleen K says, "Justice doesn't mean the bad guy goes to jail. It just means that someone pays for the crime." Freedom Writers. Ooh, that was a good movie.
Look here, Kathleen K. Stop acting like you don't watch anything that's fun. All right.
Michelle Nagata has got my final quote, obviously. She says, "Pretty much anything Samuel L. Jackson says in Pulp Fiction is my favorite too."
Yeah. Yes.
And
Yes.
with that,
1 second before you do
because I was
it.
about to do it. I was about to.
Alan here, because you missed it. I wanted to make sure you knew it. He says his great grandfather played the robot in that particular movie.
Well, that's awesome, Alan.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
yeah.
Okay, that makes a whole lot of sense why you would be watching that film. Shout out to you. I actually got. Did you ever get to meet any of your great grandparents?
No.
I got to meet my great grandmother and my great grandfather on my mom's side.
What was that like?
So it was cool. Just remember my great grandfather having the strongest fucking hands. I was only like 3 or 4 years old, but I remember him shaking my hand as a kid and him just having the strongest hands. Clyde and Clara Poindexter.
All right.
So yeah, we're Poindexters over here. And he looked like a Poindexter too, big ass Poindexter glasses.
That's why that grip was so fucking hard.
Yeah.
To let you know up front, don't fuck with your glasses.
Hey, yeah, you might have the jokes, but he had strong ass hands, and my great grandmother, she could cook a mean ass pie, man. I do remember that. So, but yeah, my final quote is say what again, motherfucker? I dare you. Samuel L. Jackson is easily one of the most quotable people on the planet. But
Easy.
what he did in Pulp Fiction, man, was fantastic. He says, "See the wallet with big motherfucker on it." Like that entire movie, he was phenomenal. But yes, "Say what again" is probably one of my favorite quotes of all time. Say what again, motherfucker?
Now, people out there who've been listening to me
Mmm,
and Dion for a long time,
it's a tasty beverage.
you know, Tarantino is not one of my favorite directors or anything like that for one very particular reason. But Pulp Fiction is such an iconic movie. The way that it was written and filmed, and the fact he took Samuel Jackson, who hadn't really skyrocketed yet, and John Travolta, who was on the fucking skids, and put them together, and to see where their careers went from that. Not only because the movie is so outstanding, but the way they played each character was so outstanding together and individually. It really puts Pulp Fiction up there, top 10
Because
movie.
for me, Pulp Fiction is like two different movies. You got the story between Ving Rhames and Bruce Willis,
Hmm.
and then you got the story between Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta, and then you got the story between John Travolta and fucking Uma Thurman. So you could technically say it's three different movies because of all the ins and outs of each. Um, what would you call that? I guess uh, not verses, but you know,
I was waiting for you to finish. I was going to jump in, but I guess I'll jump in now. The great with any for people out there who you may already know this. I don't want to sound like I'm saying something you don't know, but any movie, any TV show is going to have an A, B, C
right.
storylines. The great thing, and you kind of hit it on the head. The great thing with Pulp Fiction, those three storylines all carry almost similar weight all the way through. So you're right. It's almost like you can almost say that there are three different movies happening at the same time.
And the way he shoots it too makes you feel, at least for me, watching it, I always felt like the Samuel L. Jackson and excuse me, John Travolta part of the movie is chapter one,
Right.
and then you got chapter two with Ving Rhames and
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Willis,
Mm-hmm.
and then the final chapter kind of wraps up everybody's or Uma Thurman and Travolta is chapter three, and then chapter four is kind of like how each one ends.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, I remember the first time I watched the movie, I was like, God damn, this is such a fucking good movie. Like I enjoyed each and which is crazy because what was like the sequel to it was like Be Cool. Did you ever see that?
No, I did not actually.
Be Cool fucking was terrible. Was absolutely awful. It was Travolta and it had Cedric the Entertainer and Andre 3000 and Uma Thurman's in it. And I remember watching this movie going, why the fuck would I care about any of this? It was just so uninteresting. It just it was a long movie for no reason, and it tried to do the exact same thing, but you just didn't care.
Well, you know the other movie, as I was listening to you explain how you felt about Pulp Fiction, the other movie, classic movie as well, which is similar as the way it's shot and put together, is Crash.
Yeah.
You know, because those are a bunch of different separate storylines happening, and you don't get the until after you see it the first time. Oh, I see how it all, but you don't see how it's all weaving together. And same thing
Hmm.
with Pulp Fiction. Again, two great movies, the way they were written, and to be able to take it from the page and take it and film it that way, outstanding. Excuse me, pieces of work. Uh, Chelsea says sometimes you'll flush and sometimes you're bust. And when you're up, it's never as good as it seems. And when you're down, you never think you'll be up again. But life goes on. Fucking blow. You're damn right, Chelsea. Boom to the wall. Such a great movie. Such a great movie. And there's so many quotes in there, Chelsea. You just took it. Girl, you just gave me chills because I love that movie. And one of the reasons I love that movie is because it reminds me of my sperm donor. He could have been anything he wanted to be. You know, he's one of, if you met him, super charismatic, very smart guy, and could have done anything. And then you seen Blow, right?
I think I might have seen it once or
One of
twice,
the most
but I
heart
don't remember it.
one of the most heartbreaking things of the main character, which is played by Johnny Depp, is to see this guy that could have been anything he wanted to be, and to see how his father tried to relay that to him at one point in the movie, and how he's breaking his dad's heart, but at the same time, his dad is just, I'm gonna love him anyway. And for him to not get the message that his father was trying to give him early on until it was too late, fucking bananas. Fucking bananas. Chelsea, kudos. Kudos. I don't know where you pulled
Good
that one
job,
from.
Chelsea.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Royce, I didn't see this one. You would have been on the wall, but Chelsea would have bumped you off. He said the secret is you got to coordinate.
Was that from a movie or was that from the
Yeah.
what movie? Because he said it in the TV show too, the Wayans brothers.
Boomerang.
Okay.
Me so he had the mushrooms,
Okay.
the suit.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because he did it again on the
He,
Wayans
he
brothers.
did.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's what put him on,
That
I
makes
think.
yeah, right, right. You're right.
He said, "Oh,
Damn,
you got the
that's
mushroom belt." When they fucking in the bathroom and come out, her wig is all twisted up.
do you remember do you remember in Soul Food when Lim was fucking Nia Long in the bathroom? You remember that?
No, what happened?
Oh, that Nia fucking uh
I
who
thought,
plays Lim in was that Mekhi Phifer? Yeah,
yeah,
Mekhi
Makai, yeah,
Phifer.
Makai Pfeiffer.
Mekhi Phifer takes Nia Long in the bathroom and he's got her panties in her mouth because he's
Oh, yeah. I thought you was gonna say there was the line or something.
no, I just remember watching that over and over and over again. As a kid who wasn't supposed to be watching that shit, I'll watch that over and over again in slow motion.
Look, I don't remember. I don't remember if I shared this on the show or not. So you guys hate me if you want, or correct me if I'm wrong. But I remember being a kid sitting down with the sperm donor watching this TV show, and it was, I forget who was starring in it, but there was this scene with this chick. I was young. There was this scene with this chick in the shower, naked, and it's all steamed up, and I was just, I think I must have been uncomfortable, and I turned to him. I say, "Am I old enough to be watching this?"
You're not the only one that's ever said that to their parent.
Deon, he said, "I don't know. Are you?" And I froze. And he said, "Go upstairs to your room."
Yeah, if you got to ask, that's your answer. You like, damn, why'd I say something?
Yes, I was. For the next 2 hours, I was so pissed off. I think I cried myself to sleep.
You not the only one, bro. I was right there with you. I was like, am I allowed to watch this? Get out of here.
Well, because what I learned was, if you're a child, you just sitting there, you almost become invisible to your parents.
If you shut the fuck up, they might let it slide.
He had no idea I was even sitting there.
Why you snitching on yourself? Be quiet.
Oh. I don't know. Are you? Go upstairs.
I love that we weren't the only ones.
Oh,
that's
man.
phenomenal. Cheers to, you got a tear coming out my eye.
I got several coming out of my eyes. Oh my goodness. Royce Bellamy says, "Old man strength be like vice grips." You would never lied. You would never lied.
My great grandfather used to build shit with his hands, man.
Yeah, that was when
Just strong for no reason. Like,
you try to shake. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you don't make nothing no more. Why you still this strong? He was in his 90s, just strong,
Just leftover strength.
just.
This was keeping me alive. You shake some man's hand now, I had they come up all soft,
Man.
weak wrist. Man, you get your
I'm just give me an elbow, bro. I don't want to. Yeah.
Kathleen K says, "I'm sorry, but y'all know I'm an English teacher at heart. I started with Step Brothers, quote, so, oh, and I knew my great-great-grandparents. Wow. She passed when I was 16 and he when I was 3. Wow, Kathleen, that's bananas. Okay, nice. It's nice, too,
man.
if you get a chance to, like you two get a chance to have a conversation with them if they're able, I don't know what stage they are mentally or not, but if they're able to share some of those wisdom, some of those stories with you.
I can still remember the smell of my great grandmother's pies.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's awesome because I didn't have grandfathers. Like my mom's dad didn't have any interaction with them, but my mom's dad I did, and my dad's dad didn't have any interaction with them too.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Charles Williams says, "E.g., you know what they say behind every great black man." Stem, you just be throwing some shit up. And then DC is the police.
Dave Chappelle.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me,
All right.
Dave Chappelle.
Okay, all right.
What? That's not a movie, technically.
What is that?
That's his special. I think it was his very first special
Okay, all right. That's maybe
in
that's
San Francisco.
Okay. Mary Ballard says either they don't know, they don't show, or they don't
So,
care about what's going on in the hood.
why does Mary Ballard have all the hood movies on lock?
Why is Mary Ballard the blackest person on the show tonight?
That's funny, Mary.
Michelle Nagata
Boys
says,
in the Hood. That was a good movie.
there was. Michelle Nagata says, what is the specific reason? Michelle, is that a quote or are you asking a question? You threw me on that one.
Yeah, I don't know that one either.
And then Elder J is on. He says the most unlikely duo, Samuel and John.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
They were great together. They should have done more movies. Oh, this is another one that Bernie Mac and his last movie with Samuel L. and Soul Man. You the dog, motherfucker.
Yes. One of my favorite scenes from that is when they singing for the country. They line dancing while these two singing.
That whole scene when Bernie Mac shows up at his apartment and he's trying to get him to agree to the gig. And he's like, he's in the hallway and he's talking to himself. Ooh, this motherfucker. Let me calm down.
Reminded me of myself. Alan Lawson says my great grandfather was 7'7" tall, and the costume was 200 pounds. He's talking about his grandfather played that robot. Wow.
Damn, 7'7".
Elsie says everything about Pulp Fiction is amazing. Absolutely, Elsie.
Agreed.
Chelsea's the only one. She's still on the wall with that blow quote. I mean, there's been a couple good ones after that one, but we'll see if anybody can knock her off.
Undercover Brother. That's what it was from. Yes, that movie. is very underrated,
It is,
man.
and good, really good
Undercover,
cat, really
yeah.
good cast.
They said, what's her name? What's the actress's name? The black actress. I cannot think of her name. I have her face. She said he messed around and got a white woman. And then they all go, ooh, tell us about it. Is it everything I dream?
Was was that Chappelle's line?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Was it everything I dream? Oh my God. I need to
Michelle
watch
says she
that.
doesn't think Cool Breeze. If that was that the movie you were talking about by Tarantino that came after Pulp.
No, it's called Too Cool.
Too Cool. She said she's not sure if that was a sequel.
It was.
Okay.
I don't know if it was a sequel to Pulp Fiction or another movie that he did, or it was a sequel to something. I don't remember what it was a sequel to, but I just remember watching it and going, "What the fuck am I watching?" It was every time I see it, I go, "This movie should be destroyed. It's terrible."
All right. Mary says Boys in the Hood is one of my all-time favorites. I've seen it at least 100 times. Boys in the Hood is great. Um, but as much as I love Boys in the Hood, I think I love Menace to Society better. More.
Mm, nope.
No?
See, Menace to Society gave me nightmares when they was stomping on boy out.
That was real shit in the D.
I know that's why I was not used to that violence, and
Oh, well, I
that
was.
shit gave me nightmares.
I was.
I dreamed about him getting stomped for several weeks after seeing that movie. I actually saw that movie in a barbershop, and I was like, it might have been 10 or 11.
When they rushed that, oh, almost like he had no choice but to come back and shoot somebody. He was
I
like,
feel sorry for your mother.
what you say, motherfucker? No, no, I want no, no trouble. No, it's too late, not Jack. It's too, it's too,
Just straight on some nigga shit for no
it
reason.
is too late to what you don't want no problems. Yeah. The ass whoopers I in real life, the ass whoopers I have always laughed at most were the ones that someone talked themselves into.
Mm-hmm.
This motherfucker was leaving the room. All you had to do was
He gave him that shoulder turn. Hey,
see it too many times and just grab my popcorn.
hey, Lorenz Tate should get an Oscar for that right there, because that
That
was fun.
well, that cast of there had some lot of good cats in there too. My man Andre, who played the boy, he came to the door and say, "Don't come by this motherfucker before 12 o'clock." Hey, yo, wax, man, make me some eggs and grits in there. I'm hungry than a motherfucker. He say, "Come back here around say 10:30."
Did you give your last one? You got to give your last one.
I did, man. My last one. All right, all right. I'm having
Then
too
we got
much.
to do honorable mentions too.
All right, all right. I only got one honorable mention I put down here, but all right. Wait a minute. I want to get Chris Wilson there first before I give my last one. Or Michelle Nagata says from the producers, the original version. I'm condemned by a society that demands success when all I can offer is failure. Michelle, you just did it. As an artist, I feel that one. Boom! Michelle has just hit the wall. Michelle, that is a really good one. Really good one. Deon, you want to read Chris Wilson's? Can you see that one?
Yes, she says, good odd couple, Samuel Jackson and Gina Davis. Long kiss goodnight. Samuel, I'm always frank and earnest with women. Frank in New York and Ernest in Chicago.
And just like that, Chris Wilson has knocked Michelle off the wall. Man, y'all are doing it tonight, man. That is such a good movie. One, two, Chris. I loved me some Gina Davis. I have to admit. And
Man,
three,
she was, yeah, she's phenomenal.
that was a
Beetlejuice
smooth.
and League of Their Own. I had a crush on her for a long time.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's I was like, yeah, let her come about that water. Rewind. So, Chris, that's a good one. That is a really good one, Chris. Chris, you get another applause for that one. That's a really good one. All right. Mary Ballard says, Menace was good, but boys touched my soul because of my life at the time. Understandable. Understandable. Elder J says Boys is West Coast movie. Menace was more identifiable on the East. Good point. Good point.
Good point. Yeah.
Yeah, really just a good point. Mary Ballard says never looked at it that way. And then Michelle Nagata says, despite your opinions, I still love Whoopi and Ghost improvising. Molly, you in danger, girl.
I don't know how you don't love Ghost, man. Ghost was a great movie.
There's a couple movies I do not care for only because they were my mother's favorite, and my
And
mom wanted
Ghost,
to watch it. She wanted everyone to sit down. Miracle on 34th Street, hate it.
hmm
Ghost, hate it.
my mom
E.T.,
loved Ghost. Yeah.
hate it. Fried green tomatoes, I can tolerate if I have to. There's just some movies there. My mother just, everybody got to come and sit down. Uh, all right,
I feel you on that.
and then Slim says, you know you done fucked up, don't you?
You know, you fucked up, right? You fucked up.
All right. My last one, and this was because this meant something to me when I first saw this movie. And it's such a great movie. I think it doesn't get spoken about enough. This guy was such an original performer and so talented across a lot of platforms. The quote is Carpe diem, seize the day, boys. Make your life extraordinary from Dead Poet Society. One of my favorite movies. One of the best things I think Robin Williams ever did was that film. And another cast of outstanding actors as well. So that's my last one. We're gonna do a
We,
quick honorable mention.
yeah, I got two.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
My, you ever meet the Fockers, right?
Yeah.
when they, when they're drag racing and the old white guy go, you're supposed to make a left at the light, Fokker.
De Niro's so great in that movie.
Because fucking he was Ben Stiller was so focused on beating this motherfucker that he forgot that they were supposed to be going somewhere else.
What's your other one?
And my other one is from Training Day. And it's ooh, you know, shot me in the ass. That whole movie, Denzel was 01. When he said that shit, I laughed so hard because it's such a serious moment, but that shit was funny. Oh my God. Ooh, you done shot me in the ass.
All right, my one honorable mention that I wrote down. I mean, you guys gave us so many good ones. You guys are outstanding today, man. Charles Webb says, "Y'all don't remember the Mac." Look, Slim, your old ass over there wearing a velvet robe, drinking mint jubilets, watching the Mac, which he had
What
here
the
the
fuck
perm.
is a mint julep? What'd you say? Mint what?
You said it. You heard me right.
No, you didn't say what I said.
Get back to the show.
You know you fucked up, right? You know you fucked
All right.
up.
Oh, I got tears for this episode, man. We got to get this one up. All right. So my honorable mention is from Finding Nemo, actually, and the line is "Just keep swimming." And I love that line because, again, you could use that line across the board for all walks of life. I myself say that, or I'll tell people, you just got to keep running. I grew up as a runner, long distance and short distance. If you grew up doing any type of running at all, especially long distance, one of the hardest things you know is to keep running, keep running. And what's even harder than that is thinking you can stop running and start all over again. I'll just start again. Too hard, too hard. So keep swimming, keep running. Just one of those things I like to tell people when we're having those discussions about life. All right. Good show, man.
Great show. Are we doing what the hell or wait one more thing?
I think we decided in the meeting we're going to do what the hells, right? Wait, one
Yeah,
more
I
thing we're
have
going
a
to say for Patreon.
yeah. I've got my my what the hell is up with Your boy George Santos being the greatest liar of all time. This every fucking day there comes out a new story about what this dude has lied about. And I just gotta say, as someone who can admire a great bullshitter, I don't think there's ever been a better bullshitter on the planet than this mother. He has done anything and everything and nothing at the exact same time. You have to slow clap for this man with how amazing of a liar he is, where he's so dedicated to looking you in the face and not telling you the truth.
And not apologizing. Won't
Just,
apologize for any of it.
he is phenomenal at the bullshit he does. And I gotta say, as someone who doesn't live in New York and who could not vote for him and who would not vote for him, bravo, man, to sticking to your guns, bro. Because Jesus fucking Christ, every time I see this man in the news, it's for something else that he has lied about, and it is just mwah. He was a drag queen. His mama died.
Mama died.
His mama
Raised the
died.
money for the vet with the dog. Stole the money.
He's a Holocaust survivor. He won 3 dunk contests, beat Larry Bird in the 3-point shootout. This man has done it all.
And you know what? I would almost say the lies are so fascinating and so out there that he deserves to be in Congress. Because if you believed him, he deserves it.
Hey man, I'm telling you what, for somebody who hates people who lie, hats off to you, sir. Just one time for the one time, because
And he just walks around. Most people who lie, head be ducked a little bit, shoulders slouched. Nah, he's raised up. He is a true sociopath.
man, he will tell you to your face, I'm willing to have the debate. Like, bro, there's no debate. You're fucking lying.
I'll tell you right now, if anyone out there invites him over for dinner, you're taking your life in your own hands. This man is a sociopath. He may kill you and your whole family. What's up, Michelle? Michelle is on with us. Appreciate you. Thank you for joining. I know Michelle from way back. Michelle Nagata says, almost as good as that, Sandra Huckabee, bitch, was when she was the press secretary for a while. Can't keep it straight.
She
Oh my
can't
God.
hold a candle to fucking.
She can't, but she was good too. She was
Oh,
good
yeah.
too. All right, let me give y'all my what the hell, and then we'll get the hell out of here. Thank you guys so much, man. You guys were awesome tonight. Please, if you haven't already, click that share button. We want other people to see the show as well. You know, Michelle, I know it's your first time jumping in. Please click it. Slim, I know
Yeah,
Michelle
join the Facebook group. Now that's Debatable Podcast. Type that in
Absolutely.
your search bar, then join, um, and you can catch all the information about the show, what we're doing, and join the community. We all have our favorites. We got Michelle's in here all
Yeah,
the time.
yeah.
Mary Ballard's in here all the time. My girl
Slim,
Chelsea,
yeah,
Kathleen.
yeah.
So shout out to all y'all that joined us today.
Thank you. Appreciate you. All right, my what the hell is what the hell, man? Why every time I seem to turn around, I see another woman with ass implants? I mean, what are we doing? Here's what I would say about it. Here's what I would say about it. If you must do it, if you absolutely must do it, can you maybe look at some calf implants too? Because you chicks with these chopstick legs that lead up to this cantaloupe ass is not really working for anybody. We all know that it's not. You weren't born with that. Can you do something else? Can you pull a George Santos? Try a little
Man.
harder to trick us.
You mean an Anthony DeVolder?
Can you? It's horrible. The amount of ass implants. I mean, they go like super porno black chick ass, and they got like these Boy Scout legs. Like nobody. Like you can't even walk. You always have to be in flats, bitch. So just also I'm saying, man, get some calf
The
implants.
BBLs have gone way too
Too
far.
much, man.
I seen a video on Twitter But there was two of them. They both got BBLs, and they were on the beach with no business being out there. They booties look like two rocks, just
No, it's not good. It's not a good look. There
it's
is.
like, you know.
I know a lot of y'all been fooled because there's some brothers who have said this, and they made you. There's such a thing as too much ass. All right? So you ain't got to always just be out there doing too
You
much.
know what's worse than too much ass? Too much wrong ass. Ugh.
Like two bean bags, like giant bean
Yeah, this
bags back
shit
there.
don't look. Yeah,
Don't
if you
look
don't
good.
got no booty, put your energy in somewhere else. You don't have to have everything. Goodness gracious.
Mary Ballard says, I can be an ass implant donor. I see my niece is on. What's up, Mimi? Love you, girl. Thank you for jumping in here laughing at us. And Michelle Nagata says, thighs don't match.
They really don't.
Don't match. Hey, Chris Wilson, you are our first individual to win the night on the wall. So hope you keep watching. If you keep on winning, we're going to have a prize for you at the end of the month. So this has been a fun show, man. I appreciate you, Deon.
This is a great show. It was a fun show. I'm glad we both were able to power through. I hope you feel better. Shout out to
Hope you feel
everybody who
better.
joined us tonight. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm on the mend. These White Claws have got me faded. So,
So you think you're feeling better, you not.
I started doing. I was like, ooh, let me calm down. After that George Santos, I was like,
That dude,
man.
man, I got some relatives like him. All right, y'all. You guys were outstanding. We will see you next Monday. Is there a big game next Monday or anything that everyone?
Nope. Yep.
So we'll see you guys next Monday, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Brother, I love you. Get well soon, bro.
Same to you, my brother. I love you. Thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you click that share button, and we'll catch you next time.
See you guys.